Did you know going in that I was going to be kind of a hit, that it would work on the reality show?
Well, I knew I was a character. I knew I didn't have no trouble expressing myself, so I kind of felt that I was going to be a hit like that. I used to wear the Chinese kung fu outfit way before they even gave me the name, so if it wasn't for the name, then it would have been that, and the name and the whole gimmick and everything just kind of tied in together naturally. So yeah, I kind of felt that I wouldn't have no problem getting in.
Well, you know, it works to be a character on the show. We know that. You know, guys who didn't have a great run on the show still got a chance. You had a solid run on the show, yet you took a risk because you're not a 155er. I mean, you barely walk around near that weight, but you went in there against some big guys. Guys who were cutting from 175, 180. So in the end, do you think it worked? Because you took a risk there, because you could have been slaughtered early on and then never been seen.
Well, yeah, I did take a risk, and hell, it worked. It worked wonderfully, you know. Right after the show, they introduced the 145 and 35 weight classes, so I was able to shoot down back to my original weight classes, even one lower, you know, and man, it worked wonderfully for me. And yeah, I did go in there fighting big guys, but then again, you know, people with style, they gotta fall in order for them to get back up, and you know.
So it was a learning experience.
Oh, yeah.
You started to cut your teeth. You started training at an early age, but some of your first fights were these backyard brawls, which in the Miami area are kind of legendary. Tell us about those and kind of the environment. Do you get paid? I mean, what is it like doing that? And how often do you have to fight a guy who might be like, do they do weights? Are you fighting guys 30 pounds heavier?
Well, the weight classes, there usually isn't really a weight class. You know, they just roughly look at you like, oh, you kind of like the same size as this guy. Oh, get out there, you know. And I started doing that because I was in school. You know, I used to get suspended a lot in school. I mean, I actually had scholarships to go to college and stuff, but they took those away from me, claiming I would have been too violent or something. But you know, whatever. Past is past, enough of it. But I got into it because I was underage to get into professional fighting. I was doing amateur fights at the time as well, but I really wanted to get into a professional fight. You know, I wanted to like minimize like the hand protection, no shin guard. You know, I wanted to really see what it was like. You know, I've been into plenty of fights, so I'm like, man, let's test my skills. So I met up with Level Martinez, which I used to train with. He was a backyard fighter, famous backyard fighter, and he took me out one day, and I was about like 17, 16, and I started doing backyard fights from then on up until I turned 18, and once I hit 18, I hit pro. And it's a crazy experience, you know. It's definitely crazy. It's like the crowd might not be as big as the UFC crowd, but man, they sound really loud, especially because they're like literally 2 feet away from you. We're fighting in like a chicken cage or something, and you know, it's kind of like a pit fight, like a dog fight, but it's a good experience.
They let the fights go on and on. I mean, are there any sort of rules? I mean, how dangerous can it get?
It's just a finish fight. Yeah. You know, anything goes until the guy cannot continue, or one guy quits, or somebody gets knocked out, submitted, or whatever. But you finish the fight. There's no rounds, no time limit. You just keep going until it's done.
What do you get paid?
The first fights I was getting paid by like $300 per fight. Okay. $300, and then I moved up to $600 eventually.
Sounds like that's kind of big money. Not bad money at the time for a teenager.
Yeah, you would make a lot of side money from the people that were making bets on you. You know, they'll break you off some. So I would walk out with maybe like $700-800, you know, out of the day. It was pretty fun.
Not bad. That's not bad. How do you know that the other guy, when you obviously you're wearing gloves, right? It's not bare knuckle. You know, I've watched it. No. But it is bare knuckle. Oh, yeah. So. That's a little nutty. What did you go bare knuckle, or you wear a little protection?
No, I went bare knuckle. Wow. It was just easier. You know, I didn't want to just wear wraps. You know, having them come off, or gloves. The guy wasn't gonna wear gloves. You know, shit. I want the same power he has. You know, I'm not gonna wear gloves if he's not gonna wear gloves. I want to cut him too. So but I believe bare knuckle hurts less than wearing these UFC gloves. To be honest, man, I've been hit by both, and I'd rather be hit by the bare knuckle.
Explain it. How is that?
I do not know. I guess the bone-to-bone contact makes it bounce off more. Or really? It's just like, I guess the pad from the glove like increases your surface area. So now when they hit you, it's kind of like a dull thud. You know, it's like more blunt trauma. It makes your head ring more. The bare knuckle kind of like slides off sometimes. It might hurt, bruise, but like just superficial in just one area. But the whole glove is just you get that little ring sound in your ear. So it definitely hurts more than the bare knuckle, I believe.
So you're down at 135. Your second fight now at 135. You're going to fight Figueroa. You obviously feel comfortable with the weight cut, and I would think going in, it's almost a mental advantage knowing that you used to fight guys who are 155 and heavier, and you're a big, tall guy for the weight, a rangy guy for the weight.
Well, definitely, it definitely boosts my confidence up. I train with a lot of big people, and I fought plenty of bigger guys and beaten bigger guys, so I know the size doesn't matter. You know, it's also a confidence booster as well as it's a reality shock. You know, size don't matter. No matter if Figueroa is smaller, I haven't fought him yet. I don't know what he's capable of, and he might be. You know, he might have some tricks up his sleeve. So it makes me a little bit more cautious as well, because I'm usually the smaller guy coming in, and I'm like the underdog, and then I come and surprise and upset people. So I'm not going to take anything away from him. It does give me a little confidence, but as well it makes me extra cautious as well.
Good luck in the fight.
Thank you very much.